Hey guys, my name is Matsumo, and welcome to another episode of Sunday Mailbox. This is a video series where you, the viewer, can submit your gaming-related questions, and then I will give my humble opinion on them. To get the formalities out of the way real quick, if you would like to submit your own question that could be featured in an upcoming episode, you can do so by leaving a comment down below, or by sending me a Facebook and Twitter message. The first question for today comes from David, and it is, what's your opinion on making a zombie mode for Rainbow Six Siege? I don't know what it is about zombies and why so many people want them added into every single first-person shooter, but you would not believe how often I get this question. Clearly, a lot of people like the idea of having a zombie mode in Rainbow Six Siege, and I'm just kind of sitting in the corner looking around, shaking my head because this is something I do not want in this game. It could be cool. I'm sure they would do a decent job of it. I mean, yeah, it could be fun, but if you're gonna have a zombie mode, why don't just go play a game that already has it? Call of Duty has been doing it forever now. I'm sure it's fun. Why don't you just go on over and play it over there? Like, why does it need to be pigeonholed into Rainbow Six Siege? Now, I will say that this did get me thinking of something along these lines, and that is a horde mode. Every once in a while, I do play terrorist hunts. I use it to warm up when I'm getting started, and one of the modes I really enjoy is when you arm the objective, you arm the diffuser, all of a sudden the enemy just kind of starts to charge in from every single direction. It's really intense, it's really fun, and it'd be cool if they expanded upon that idea and added in a true horde game mode where it progressively gets harder and harder and it's wave-based. We already kind of have the system in place that would allow you to have that kind of progression because we have all these gadgets and different operators. It could start off very simple where you're just dealing with grunts, you're just dealing with guys with maybe shotguns and automatic weapons, and then all of a sudden they start to upgrade to different gadgets like grenades and flashbangs, but then it starts to get more intense where they bring in shields or they have the suicide bombers. Maybe those shields get upgraded to the flash or blitz's shield and they can use that against you as well. All of a sudden fuse charges start going off on your windows and you have a really intense horde game mode. Now, of course, they'd have to balance things out. How do you deal with low health? Can you increase your health? Because eventually you will get taken out. You will need to be revived. How do they deal with that? But if you're working with a bunch of buddies and you have this really challenging horde game mode that actually kind of makes sense more, at least in Rainbow Six Siege, that could be a lot of fun. At the end of the day, though, this isn't really necessary. The reason why I like Rainbow Six Siege, and I think a lot of people the reason why they like it, is because of the multiplayer. There are people that enjoy Terrorist Hunt, and that is there, it's still a lot of fun, but do we need a zombie mode, or even a horde mode? And so I'm gonna go with a pretty big no on this one. I know it's kind of a popular idea because once again, I am blown away by how often I get this question for Sunday Mailbox. But I would rather, if they ever did decide to do something like that, go with more of a horde game mode because I not only think that that fits the theme better, but also would probably just make for a better experience in general. But honestly, we don't even really need that. The next question comes from another David, and it is, why do you use the medic pouch instead of the box in Battlefield 1? It mainly comes down to mobility. I have more of an aggressive playstyle. I like to move around, make sure that the enemy is always guessing where I'm gonna peek my head out, and if I take damage, the medic bandages is really nice to keep that mobility going, but also heal myself in the process. DICE has done a lot to improve this gadget. I mean, not only can you toss this extreme distances where the box wouldn't normally be able to heal a teammate, like you can really toss this to a teammate to start that healing process, but also it seems like it heals you faster and starts the healing process quicker as well. Whenever I use the health box, I always feel like it takes me significantly longer to get up to full health. And that kind of makes sense because it's an AoE heal instead of a single heal. And so unless I'm playing on a game mode like Rush or Operations where everyone's going to be around an objective or they're going to be pushing the front lines and we're going to have a lot of people nearby, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to play with the box itself because it's just going to take a lot longer for you to get back to full, and you also need to be in that stationary position. Being stationary for an extended period of time can leave you susceptible to grenade spam. If someone took a couple of shots at you and you just rounded the corner fast, placed down your box, well, they're just gonna throw a grenade and take you out. Not only that, they could just round the corner and think that you're there. I mean, if you're not able to stay mobile and mix up where your position is, and you're left standing around this box waiting for your health to regenerate, then that is gonna leave you susceptible to getting flanked or for them just to round the corner and take you out. And so I think it's for these reasons why I and a lot of the Battlefield community have been gravitating towards this gadget. I could be completely wrong. Maybe in a couple of weeks when more people unlock the currency to be able to unlock the box, maybe more people are going to use that. I mean, I could be wrong. But for me personally, it allows me to be mobile, it heals quickly. I find that I don't lack in healing when it comes to tossing these things to other players. It's very versatile, and it's for those reasons why I have been using that over the other. The next question is, what if there was an operator that could improve some of the defensive gadgets by injecting a chip into them? Say Mute's Jammer could have an increased range, Bandit could electrify 2 walls, and Jaeger's anti-grenade sentry could have an increased range. Now that is a really interesting idea and can change the way that we attack and defend certain objectives in Rainbow Six Siege. What it sounds like is that this guy basically just makes your defenses significantly better, and if you want to have a defensive strat where you do not want the enemy to get anywhere near the objective, you don't want their drones gathering information, so you buff up Mute's Jammers so that it has a gigantic radius, you definitely don't want them going through a wall with a breaching charge. That's a really interesting concept. Now, the thing about this guy is that would he be useful enough? I mean, conceptually he sounds interesting, but honestly, as you said in your little description here, these are really the only gadgets that you could improve. You can't put a chip into Rook's armor to make it better. I mean, I guess you could, but that wouldn't be all that believable. You can't really buff Capkin's gadget, or if you did, you could make Capkin's traps like the line invisible. Oh, that would be disgusting. Okay, I guess there could be ways that you could improve some of the other gadgets, but the main functionality of it is to basically just buff the ones that are around the objective to make it harder for the enemy to kind of breach on in and take it for themselves. The thing is, though, is that this would be a big buff to Thatcher. Thatcher is already one of the best offensive operators in the game. He's almost necessary on a lot of the maps so that you can actually open up the wall and get into the objective. Now that the enemy is spending 2 different operator gadgets on one wall to reinforce it, you just throw an EMP grenade, doesn't matter if that thing is buffed, you're gonna be able to take it out no problem. And so it'd be interesting to see how much of an impact this guy would have in Rainbow Six Siege. Would he be useless because Thatcher is played all the time and Thatcher would be able to neutralize him? Would he be incredibly powerful because no drones are able to scout out the objective or really the building in general because it would increase the radius so much? Or would he just be mediocre and have his place on a couple of maps? It's kinda hard to tell without him being in the game to begin with. And so let me know what you guys think about this operator. Do you love the idea? Do you hate it? Do you think it's really unique? The one thing I can think of for why they wouldn't want to add something like this into the game is that it would be a game changer. This would significantly change the way that we play Rainbow Six Siege, and it might be too dramatic of a shift. If Ubisoft is now having to balance all the gadgets and their upgraded versions, on some maps it might work out, but then on others, it could be game-breaking. It could make it way too difficult for the offensive team to succeed, and that of course is something that we don't want. And so give me your guys' thoughts down below. The next question comes from Travis, and it is, what do you feel about DICE adding in a prestige system into Battlefield 1 so players can have a sense of progression after the max rank? I would not be opposed to that at all. I believe a few people are getting close to the max level, which I believe is 100, and since the game has already been out for a couple of days, that seems very quick. Now, it may not be 100, it could go after that, and we don't really know until someone gets there, but if it is only rank 100 and people are almost there already, it would be cool if there was a way that you could just reset things and start on your prestige 1, 2, 3, 4, or however long that you want to play. It doesn't impact the gameplay. They could add in different achievements, maybe you get different camos, there could be some reward there, but as long as it doesn't have any impact on the gameplay, who cares? This was a bit of a critique at the end of Battlefield 4, where all the Battlefield veterans were like, all right, I'm rank 140, let's add in some more with the next final DLC. They never did, and it left some people salty. And while I know that some people might bring up the argument that we don't need a prestige system in Battlefield because it's all about the gameplay and it should only be about having fun in the game, and I get that, but what's wrong with having prestige? It works really well in Overwatch. A lot of people like it in that game. It's just another way of showing off how much time you've dumped into a first-person shooter. And so, yeah, I've got no problem with that at all. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's Sunday Mailbox. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about what we discussed in today's video. Do you like the idea of a progression system? Would you hate to have something like that in Battlefield 1? Let me know down below. As always, if you would like to submit your own question for an upcoming episode, you can also let me know down below in the comments or by sending me a Facebook and Twitter message. But until tomorrow, guys, have a good one and take it easy.